everyone, welcome back to RachandBellaCrafts. So for today's video I'm going to show you a very quick and easy way to make a new type of tuck or pocket in your journals. So all you need are 4 sheets of paper, 4 book pages rather, of different sizes preferably. If you haven't got them in different sizes, that's fine, you can just fold them down into alternate sizes. Don't worry if the edges are a little bit rough. That adds to the, effect. That's what I was trying to say. So first things first, take the first of your larger book pages, and we are simply going to make a small fold. So top right hand corner, take a bit of a triangle down. Now if it's not enough, we can always come back and take a little bit more off it later, but that'll do for a second. And then the second book page, decide whether or not you want the rough edge hanging out. I'm going to put my rough edge out because I am doing a vintage journal and I quite like that, rough looking edge with it. And then you're going to take the left hand corner back and you're just going to take that all the way across. And that's going to lie on top of that one there. So then you're going to take the next size down, so not the very smallest, but the next size, and we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take the right hand corner and we're going to take that all the way back, just like so. Now obviously if you're not working on a vintage journal and you want your edges to be nice and tidy, you can go and run those through the paper slicer just to make it nice and sharp. Like I say, for the look I'm after, it's perfect. It saves me doing it with a ruler. And then I've got these book pages then from a very old hymn book, which I think is always a bit of a safe play when you're putting something on the front with words on, because it doesn't tend to be anything too offensive in a book of hymns, does it? So you're going to be pretty much okay with those, with the script of those. So again, we're going to fold the left corner back, and then that will form our 4th side. So in a nutshell, that is the pocket. It's as complicated or as simple as you want it to be, but that is the basic construction of the pocket. Now you can either, if you don't want to sew, that's absolutely fine. You can just glue around each edge. Yes, each edge, that's right. As you choose to. It's entirely up to you whether you want to leave, let me find a journaling card a second. Whether or not you want to leave, this corner here open for like a tuck spot, or if you want to leave that open there for a large tuck, or whether you want to glue all the way down and secure them completely in place. I am going to stitch mine because mine is going into Bella's journal and I know she likes a stitch finish. So for the stitching, I am first of all going to individually stitch every edge of the papers. So all the way down here, down there, and then again all the way across here, here and here and here, and then all the way across down and around here. Now I think I'm going to just take that back a little bit further, I think, because it's not quite dipping away properly, so let's just double check that. That's better. Right, now before you do anything else, the first thing that you're going to want to do is just glue down this little flap, just so that you don't stitch the wrong corner shut or something. It has been known to happen. And then the same way, you don't need a huge amount. It's only just so that you've, make sure that you have got it the right way around. And a little bit there. And if you are stitching, it just makes everything a little easier when you get over to the machine. Now, if you're not sewing, you will want to glue and secure these down securely with your glue stick, because obviously that'll be the only fixing process that'll take place. The other thing that you may want to do at this point is, if you're going to use your distress ink, you can now, I would do it now before you go over and stitch, just because it just saves a little time. And then once you've stitched around all the edges of your book pages, then again you can decide what edges you're going to stick down and what you're not. So as I was explaining earlier on, for example, you may want to leave that section there open or not, but obviously just bear in mind you can't stitch down the front of, let me just explain this a second. Oh, let's put everything back as it should be. You won't be able to stitch down here, because if you stitch down here, you're going to then sew closed the pockets behind, if that makes sense. So once you've stitched around each of the book pages, and then you place your pages in place on top of one another like that, and go back to the machine again, you'll be able to sew here, you'll be able to sew here, and you'll be able to sew here, but not here. So don't sew there, otherwise it won't work. Okay, but ink all around your edges just to make everything pop out nicely and bring all these pockets to stand out. And then I'm going to nip over to my machine just to go back over what I've done. So as I was explaining just now, I've inked now all around the main edges of my pocket. I pre-stitched, well, they were just single pages. I went around every single edge with a nice zigzag stitch. So all of that is now nice and secure, and if I'm sliding things in and out of the pockets, that's going to help preserve then the book pages, which is especially important if you're using something that's quite old and quite flimsy. And then when it came to constructing, I simply placed all four on top of each other and then butted this one against that side and this one against that side. And then I've used just a run-in stitch then down here, across here, and then up here. And I've left open this section here, and then if I wanted something to be poking out of there, I can. So the next thing I'm going to do now is just embellish my pocket, and I'm going to use some scraps and a little bit of lace and maybe some buttons to do that. is our nice, simple, easy to do, what is that, a quadruple pocket, a quad pocket, I think we'll call that. Obviously then with the potential for a side tack. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment, and share it if you have got anywhere that you'd like to share the video. Really appreciate all your support, and thank you to all the subscribers and to my new subscribers. Really appreciate your support and your following. It means a huge amount to us. It's great. And like I say, just don't forget now, we've got lots of things coming up over the weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for videos and also for posts on the Facebook group. Okay, so have a good one, and I'll be back with you very soon. Bye now.